What's up, world? Welcome to a new episode of the BrandonJaneauShow. As you already know, I am Brandon Janeau, and like always, podcast platforms everywhere, audio platforms everywhere. BrandonJaneauShow. Sometimes you might have to space it. Sometimes you might have to put it together. At the end of the day, it's still BrandonJaneauShow on all audio and podcast platforms everywhere. So go listen. You can review on there. You can write your comments, whatever, man, on all of these audio platforms. Some of them you can even subscribe to the podcast. So do it. Speaking of subscribing, YouTube channel, Brandon Janeau Show. Go there, subscribe. Tonight, new episode dropping. But by the time this comes out, it's gonna be like a bunch of episodes that have already dropped. So just go to Brandon Janeau Show on YouTube and listen to them. Also, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Brandon Janeau Show. One word, simple, right to the point. And I hope you guys enjoy uh, all of the episodes that are out right now, including tonight's episode, which is the debate between 2014 Forest Hills Drive and KOD. I hope you guys enjoyed that episode when it comes out tonight. So, hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get into it. So, today's episode is life and, well, no. Sorry. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Wrestling life. Well, I said life and times music, but it's wrestling life. I'm tripping. Sorry. Um, so they did life and times music last night. Um, that's when you've been working and you just now your mind is just going 100 miles per hour. Um, so welcome to Wrestling Life. So what I was about to do, I was gonna do the Raw and SmackDown review show of last week and this week, but then I thought about it. And I'm like, this episode comes out. There's gonna be like two or three Raws that have already happened. An Elimination Chamber match, Elimination Chamber is gonna already have taken place. By the way, that is the next rate and review. WWE's Elimination Chamber next Saturday is the pay per view, and I will be watching it. And of course, like always, rate and review, and it'll be out for your viewing pleasure, just like the Royal Rumble one is out right now on all podcast platforms and my YouTube channel. But I was gonna do that, and then I realized why do that? Because all of this shit's gonna already have happened. So let's get into it. What has really happened in wrestling, right? So last week, Friday night, Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns officially made that match official. Elimination Chamber, the aforementioned pay-per-view I just said, they're gonna main event the Elimination Chamber match. The Elimination Chamber, I should say, pay-per-view, which is really good. It blows off that feud. One thing about this feud that I'm starting to realize people continuously try to create in their minds because I don't say we, some wrestling fans just think Sami Zayn should have the Daniel Bryan moment. They should give him the Daniel Bryan moment, not realizing that WWE was in a literally fuckstorm of wrestling content. They could not figure out how to fuck to book a proper match, let alone a fucking pay-per-view angle. Daniel Bryan had got fucked over so many times by the Authority up until that point. Literally up until WrestleMania, you got to realize that Royal Rumble in 2014 when Batista came back and won the fucking Royal Rumble, the man literally came back, I think around the time the Guardians of the Galaxy started coming out. The fucking dude was an actor and he came back just to do a WrestleMania. Was dumb as shit. Daniel Bryan becomes the fan favorite. We literally just brought him to the top pinnacle. He clearly beats John Cena at SummerSlam. He clearly beats him clean. Nobody comes in, no influence, nothing. He beats John Cena at SummerSlam. Then they screw him. Triple H pedigrees him. Randy Orton cashes in Money in a Bank, takes the title, and for the next couple of months, they literally try to do everything in their power to kill this man's momentum. Everything. They give him a Hell in a Cell match with Shawn Michaels, the man that actually trained him as the special guest referee, and he screwed him out of the title. It was literally everything in their power. They tried to get fans to get the fuck off this dude, and they just would not let the fuck up. So much so that they actually put this fucking dude in a rivalry with the Wyatt family. Not just Bray, the entire fucking Wyatt family. Eric Rowan, Luke Harper, rest in peace. They literally threw this fucking dude to the wolves and literally tried their hardest. And then when they beat his ass down, he joined the Wyatt family. Yeah, he joined the Wyatt family. It was for 2 weeks. It was for 2 weeks. And then when he leaves the Wyatt family in a steel cage match against the Usos for the tag team titles, he leaves the Wyatt family in the most fucking babyface way ever, gets locked in a cage with Bray Wyatt. He's sacrificing himself to Bray Wyatt, and he pushes him off and literally commits to beating the shit out of Bray Wyatt in a steel cage. Luke Harper and Eric Rowan are watching, and he's kicking them off the cage. They can't get in. The door's locked. It's padlocked. He's beating the hell out of Bray Wyatt from one side of the cage to the other side. Daniel Bryan had a bigger pop than when the fucking started. The man literally, he goes into the Royal Rumble 2014, fights Bray Wyatt. I think he beat him. I think he beat him. But the fact of the matter is, people thought he was going to be in a Royal Rumble match, and it never fucking happened. Now people say WWE now has this idea in their heads that it was Wrestlemania and it was supposed to be that way and shit like that. But when you hear people literally say for years, Daniel Bryan and Batista both have said Batista and Randy Orton are supposed to be the main event of WrestleMania. Batista was supposed to beat Randy Orton. Daniel Bryan reportedly was supposed to fight Sheamus at 2014 WrestleMania at WrestleMania 30. They literally tried everything in their power to snowball this shit, and they literally tried everything in their power to kill that storyline. Everything. And when the fans just kept revolting, they booed the entire 2014 Royal Rumble. Dude, I literally have watched all YouTube, and I'm looking for one strain of where the Royal Rumble 2014 just went fucking haywire. It just lot of shit. Like I said on a previous episode, if you would have let Roman Reigns win 2014 Royal Rumble, at least you would have saved yourself at least that shit. No, you waited a year to coronate him, but then his shit was even bad. Like, it just was terrible. Why am I saying all this? Because Sami Zayn isn't Daniel Bryan. He's not. It's not the same. Daniel Bryan was going against the machine. This idea at the time, the creative thought of Vince McMahon was, I want a muscle bound John Cena ass person as my guy. He gotta be that guy. I want a Hulk Hogan John Cena guy. That has been WWE's main thought process, that you gotta have this top fucking guy. Be this fucking baby face, eat your vitamins, say your prayers fucking dude. And Daniel Bryan was not that. He came from the indies. He was a guy that was completely different than anything you've ever seen. And he was fucking red fucking hot. That is not the situation. It's not. Daniel Bryan was fighting against the machine. He was fighting against a thought that WWE continued to push for years and years and years and years on end. And plus, you did the most deadliest sin of this era. You went and got a baby face. You got a fucking part timer to main event a pay per view that is your biggest fucking pay per view, and you ruined it. You tried to make a Randy Orton Batista match at WrestleMania, which you could have done years ago. WrestleMania 22 would have been perfect for that shit. I think Batista was hurt at the time, but still, it would have been perfect. Shit, you could have made it at WrestleMania 23. I don't give a fuck. You could have WrestleMania 24. Like, it could have been a bunch of times when Batista was still in the company and still relevant. You could have made that match, and you wanted to do it at WrestleMania 30. It didn't make any sense. It didn't. It fucking didn't. The fact that Daniel Bryan had to fight Triple H on top of that just to get the match is even stupider. Not mad though, because the opener was fire as fuck. It was a really good match. but this is not that. And I think people are not understanding that. This is not that. This isn't a man going against a machine. The thought process of what a WWE superstar, a WWE champion is supposed to be. This is a man going against a family. particularly a head dictator of a family, Roman Reigns. But it's different fucking layers of this story that people are just not realizing. Here's my thing. Even if that is true and you think Sami Zayn should be champion, okay, he goes into WrestleMania as the champion. Well, okay, let's say he wins at Elimination Chamber. He goes into WrestleMania as champion. He's walking out of WrestleMania champion? Fuck no. Cody Rhodes is going to beat him. We clearly know that. That's the easiest win. Come on, let's be real. let's be fucking real for a second. That is not happening. Sami Zayn, you want a moment, and that is okay. I love moments. That's an amazing thing about WWE. The thing about WWE is, see, WrestleMania 31 is a perfect example. Seth Rollins had his moment by holding the WWE Championship at the end of WrestleMania. But the fact that the man actually put in the work after the fucking victory is where people kind of forget. That is why he's my favorite wrestler. I did not like him. And I literally was watching at SummerSlam. This is where I realized, yeah, I can't hate this dude. This dude is fucking incredible. SummerSlam 2015, Brooklyn. Him, John Cena, title for title. WWE Championship versus the US title. The man performs. He kills it. And I'm like, he's got it. This is the thing. I'm not saying Sami Zayn can't go. But again, we're starting to forget. When Sami Zayn was in NXT, he won the NXT title. And he literally dropped it to Kevin Owens the next time. The first time he defended his title, he fought against Kevin Owens. He lost the fucking belt. They do not see him as this fucking guy. I'm tired of people trying to make it seem like, well, he wasn't over like this, like he was in NXT. No, he was over, motherfucker. He was super over in NXT. They just did not see him as the guy. So what the fuck has changed? Nothing. Triple H was at the helm in NXT when he became champion. Triple H is at the helm now. Clearly something's up. And I feel like that is the problem. Because if let's say he doesn't win an Elimination Chamber. Let's say he throw him let's say he gets a match at WrestleMania and it's for the titles. And he wins. Who's his first rivalry? Cody Rhodes. Is he gonna? No, he's not. This is the problem. And plus, on top of that, it's a better close out to the story and a better build out to the story if Sammy and Kevin team up and go against the Usos. It's way better. It makes way more sense. And then let Roman Reigns, because that is the thing about the storyline. Because we forget, yes, Sammy's got his problems with Roman right now, but his problems really started with Jay. Jay did not want him in the bloodline. That would automatically get that storyline exactly what we needed. Because we finally get the payoff of Sammy and Jay. Jay's the first person that did not like Sammy. He did not want him in the bloodline. And I feel like people are not really taking that into consideration. Oh, don't get it twisted, because we saw Jay hug him and keep him alive and all that shit. But Jay is a part of the bloodline. No matter how this was gonna go out. Now, me personally, I did an episode a week ago. Excuse me. I did an episode a week ago, and I said the best thing about the rest of this feud is that Jay can actually cost Roman Reigns the title, because you would never see family coming to take your belt away. And I think he helps Cody Rhodes, and I still think he does. But the biggest payoff is to see Sammy and Jay finally fight each other, because they never had a match. They never had a match. If you actually go back and look, Jay and Sammy had never had a match. Jay didn't like him at all, and they never had a match. Now you add Jimmy, now you add Kevin Owens. And this would be the first time Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn probably win tag team titles together in WWE. You gotta like that. You gotta have that happen. And this is what I think a lot of wrestling fans are fucking up on, because we continue to think Vince is running creative. Now, no matter what you believe and you feel, sorry about that, because I know this shit just came up. No matter what you believe and what you feel, Triple H has had this plan since October. All the shit we're seeing now has been booked since October. Vince don't do this shit. Vince doesn't have this. People have literally said Vince has had waited to the day of the show to finally tell people what the fuck they're supposed to do. Even when the show is going on, he still doesn't have the card 100% set in stone. This isn't that. I think Triple H knows what the fuck he's doing, and that is why I feel like no matter what we say, what we think, I'm pretty sure Triple H has got this figured out. Can we let it play out? Can we let it play out? And I think that's the thing. I feel like at the end of the day, this is not Vince running creative. This is Triple H. And I feel like Triple H is not gonna let us down. Like, he's not gonna let us down. And another thing, like I said, booking with Vince was fucking terrible. Because you did not know what the fuck Vince was thinking. He had his own thoughts on who the guy should be. Triple H does not. And I like that. All in all, man, I can't wait to see the Elimination Chamber match between Roman and Sammy. I think it's going to be an amazing match. I think it's going to be incredible. I think I've never seen, we're never going to see a fan base. I don't think we've ever seen a fan base in modern wrestling go that fucking berserk for most of the match. Like, from bell to bell, I expect the crowd to go fucking nuts. I expect it. I'd be surprised if it doesn't. I'd be surprised because Roman's gonna have his moments where he's just beating the shit out of Sammy, but it's gonna be this is gonna be the WWE best thing ever. They always do. The underdog has to fight from behind, and that is exactly what this match is gonna be. Until he can't fight no more. I think this match is gonna be that. I think it's gonna be a hell of a match. Hell of a match. Now, something else at Elimination Chamber. Hey, if you're a wrestling fan, I think you're starting to realize this. Elimination Chamber is the first pay per view under Triple H that is fully a one brand exclusive. Think about it. All the pay per views under Triple H have not been just one brand. SmackDown's had their matches, Raw's had their matches since Triple H has taken over the helm. But Elimination Chamber particularly feels like it's a Raw exclusive pay per view. Don't get it twisted. The only match that's SmackDown is the Roman versus Sammy match. That's it. Sam is exclusively to SmackDown. Roman is exclusive is the overall champion, but he's really exclusively to SmackDown. The Elimination Chamber match, both Elimination Chamber matches are for Raw titles, the U.S. and the women's. Even the mid card matches are Raw. Rhea and Finn of Judgment Day versus Edge and Beck. That's Raw. If these other two matches get confirmed, then they're also Raw, which is Damage Control versus Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish. And I hope WWE doesn't do this stupid shit where you give us like four different fucking indications of this match. I personally have said this numerous times. I want to see Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania because let's be real. Why the fuck would you feed Brock Lesnar to? Why would you feed Gunther to Brock Lesnar? It's so fucking stupid. I get it, you heard the pop, but I feel like Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar is a way better WrestleMania match right now. And you gotta build Gunther. You gotta continue to build this guy. And I think SummerSlam to prove Gunther is worthy of a main event push. SummerSlam, August 5th, Detroit, Michigan, Ford Field, Brock Lesnar, Gunther, make it fucking happen. Like that is the match. I will hold off to SummerSlam because you gotta continue to build Gunther as this dominant force. Maybe he drops the IC title at some point before then. But yeah. Maybe WrestleMania. And then he goes to a feud with whoever beats him. And then you build him up and you get him to that SummerSlam, and then Brock Lesnar comes out and says he wants to fight him or take him out of some shit. I don't know. But that is what I would do. But this is the first time that a pay per view is exclusively to one brand. And I know the women's elimination chambers got SmackDown women in it. I don't give a shit. But that is all Raw. It is because Raw has always been the B show. Since I've been a kid, Raw has been the B show. I've never seen one Raw where it was just like extremely better than SmackDown in an era, like ever. When I was a kid, when they split them for the first time, I watched SmackDown. I think every kid did. Every person that like loved wrestling and was still watching wrestling in the early 2000s was watching SmackDown. They were better fucking matches. Raw had the fucking antics and it was lights, cameras, and action over there. Where SmackDown appealed to me. I loved the group of six. I love those guys. I love Eddie, Chavo, Edge, Chris Benoit, Kurt Angle, Rey Mysterio. That was my shit. I could watch them dudes fight for years. Then they had Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle, Big Show. Undertaker came. It was just like then they started to build John Cena, but Booker T. They had fucking people there, man. Back in the day when this actually made sense, the Atlanta opportunity on SmackDown, that shit actually made sense and it actually worked. They had an incredible tag team division, man. They had an incredible tag team division. Paul London and Brian Kendrick. I remember they were tag team champions for like what 189 days, some shit like that, 200 some days. Man, that was my favorite tag team as a kid. Man, that was one of my favorite tag teams. I love that tag team, man. Yeah, SmackDown had a hell of a tag team division. Holy shit, it was a great tag team division. The mid card was great. Like the main events were awesome. Like it was such a different fucking time. And SmackDown's the only one that's actually clear. SmackDown's the only brand that kind of know you kind of feel like they have a direction of where WrestleMania is going to be for a lot of these guys and girls. SmackDown Women's Championship is already going to be fought for. Rhea versus Charlotte. So that's already one match done. Roman Reigns is your top champion. Well, guess what? He's already got a match at WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes. Even a mid card, like I just said, Gunter. Gunter could fight Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, or Brock Lesnar. We do not know. It could literally be any of those three. Or it could be all three. I don't fucking know. And that's the craziest fucking thing. And to me right now, Gunter's the best of the mid card champions. If you ask me, Austin Theory or Gunter, Gunter. Like, give me Gunter all day. Like, dude, the dude can fucking go. Like, what are you talking about? Like, that's not even a conversation. Austin Theory, he's gotten better since Vince has left, but he ain't better than no fucking Gunter. Like, I would have loved to see Survivor Series this year if Theory was champion and Gunter was champion and let the motherfuckers fight. I would have loved to see that shit because Gunter would have chopped Theory's fucking chest off. Like, he probably would have beat the shit out that dude. But SmackDown's always had the best mid cards. Even when I was a kid, they had the best mid cards. The U.S. title, when they brought back the U.S. championship, and they had a tournament to decide who was the first U.S. champion, that shit used to be great. When John Cena became U.S. champion, who he elevated in that situation, Rene Dupree, Carlito, Booker T, Chris Benoit, Eddie, like it was such a great fucking mid card, man. When I was a kid, even now, even when like the 2015 when they went back into the brand split, AJ Styles, Kevin Owens fighting over the U.S. Championship, like all that shit was great, man. And then when they finally got the Intercontinental title on SmackDown, AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan fighting over the Intercontinental title, like it's always been great. SmackDown's always been great. So to see Elimination Chamber just be a Raw exclusive pay per view, it kind of makes fucking sense because Raw's the one thing that's kind of choppy. You don't know who the fuck is fighting who. There you could literally win a U.S. championship, and I can tell you right now, I don't know who the fuck fights him at WrestleMania. Me personally, I think somebody that is fighting anybody that's not on the main roster should not be fighting somebody. If Austin Theory is to drop, if you, especially if you're a champion, if you have the title, that title should be seen in a different fucking light. You shouldn't have to do all the gimmicky ass shit to get that person over. The rumor is that Austin Theory is going to fight John Cena. But the thing is, he's going to keep the U.S. title and then he's going to do an open challenge, which is stupid because an open challenge, I expect somebody to actually win. I expect the I don't know challenger to kind of come out of nowhere and beat you, especially if it's John fucking Cena. If that is the case, how about Theory just drops the fucking title and go into WrestleMania and just challenge John Cena to a match? It's way smarter, way better. And I think that, and to me personally, if you're going into WrestleMania with the U.S. champion, a new U.S. champion, Johnny Gargano will fit perfectly. Like, and I think that too. If you're gonna keep Austin Theory with the title, I don't need John Cena. I feel like Austin Theory should fight Johnny Gargano because that's a feud that y'all never really paid off. You started it when Johnny came back to WWE, and you never really paid it off. Theory's got the title. Johnny Gargano's first WrestleMania. Hey, look at that. Go for a match. And that shit would actually be great. We clearly know they have history from NXT. And you started it earlier this year when he came back. How about you pay it the fuck off at WrestleMania? And stop trying to go get John Cena. Like, leave John Cena on a movie set. The man is done with WWE. Let that man do his shit. Make new fucking John Cena's, and that's the fucking problem. You keep going get these fucking dudes, these fucking part timers that I don't want to see win titles. Because if they win a title, I know damn well they're not gonna be there to defend it. And even if the dude beats him, it's better to beat you without the title than to beat you with the title on the line because I know you're not gonna win. I don't wanna miss that. It's like it's stupid. You're gonna get a part timer to have a championship that we know damn well they're not gonna keep. It's stupid. Why not just keep? If you're gonna keep with Austin Theory with the title, have him fight Johnny Gargano. Have him fight Johnny Gargano, man. Or Bronson Reed, or Montez Ford, or Damian Priest. Hell, make it a fatal five way. I don't give a shit. I don't care. But just make it something. Um, the Raw Women's Championship Elimination Chamber. It literally feels like now it's literally between two people. It's Asuka and it's Raquel Rodriguez. There's nobody else in this fucking Elimination Chamber match that you're really. Maybe Liv Morgan, maybe Liv, but you're not gonna feed Liv to Bianca Belair. That shit sounds stupid as fuck. It sounds so stupid. The best thing they could do is have the Elimination Chamber be Asuka and Raquel Rodriguez, the last two women standing, and let them fight for like a good 10, 15, 20 minutes and just beat the shit out of them. Beat the shit out of each other. Because we all know Natalia's not winning it. Carmelo's not winning it. Nikki Cross is not winning it. That's three people right there. We can automatically get the fuck out of the situation. Liv to a further extent. I don't think she's gonna win because, like I said, you're gonna feed it to Bianca. That's stupid. Oscar and Raquel because they're trying to continue to give Raquel Rodriguez this hero's journey shit. But Oscar right now is just a dangerous fucking person, and I think, like I said last time, excuse me, I think Oscar versus Bianca is a way better payoff to a rivalry that we've never seen because they were tag teams, but they never really had a proper rivalry. Becky was always in the middle, so it never was a proper fucking rivalry. So I think this Oscar versus Bianca, it'd be a great match, and I think we should see it. Um, Edge, Beth versus Finn and Rhea. I think if Judgment Day is gonna lose, Finn's gotta take the loss. Finn's gotta take the pin. He's gotta take the loss. Um, yeah, Finn's gotta take the loss. But if Judgment Day wins, then Rhea's gotta pin Beth. It's gotta go down that way. She's the one going into WrestleMania with the title match. She's the one that's going into WrestleMania trying to redeem herself. So if she beats Beth, she pins her. You just pin the Hall of Famer. That goes a long fucking way. Um, yeah, a lot of this shit is kind of interesting. Getting back to SmackDown though, and the most intriguing storyline is that the Bloodline is also, um, but the Usos are defending their tag team titles this weekend, this Friday, against Braun Strowman and Ricochet. This is kind of interesting, and I was thinking about this. There's three ways this match can go down. which is going to be really interesting because it tells the story of what I think it should be. The first option is Jay shows up to the arena the same time the Bloodline does, but he doesn't really talk to Roman Reigns. They don't really have a conversation. He tells him, "Look, man, I'm just here for my brother to defend my titles that I won. That's it. Nothing really is done." Roman kind of is like, "Yo, if you don't talk to me, then you can't defend the titles," which is kind of stupid if he does. But you know, I think the second option is uh, Jimmy goes out there and it's a handicap match at first, and then Jay pops up, helps them keep the titles. They retain, but nothing really happens. They just in a show. Or the third option is Jay don't show up at all. Jimmy has to fight with Solo because they did this just recently at WrestleMania Raw 30. So why would you not do it for this? Solo teams up with Jimmy. They go into the match, but they lose the tag team titles, which creates a chip in the fucking Bloodline's armor, especially at WrestleMania time. You lose? How the fuck do you lose? And that is something that will create automatically Roman just getting irritated because the Bloodline don't lose, especially titles. And now, not only did Jay not show up, he caused his family gold, tag team gold. And if that is the case, and if that is how his shit plays out, it benefits everybody. It benefits the SmackDown tag team titles because you didn't beat the Usos. You beat Jimmy and you beat Solo, which again, you don't have to pin Solo. He can stay undefeated. But if you beat Jimmy, it shows you that he's not a whole without his other brother, without his twin. He's not a whole. He's with his brother, but he's not with his twin. He's not with the guy he's really created tag team chemistry with for all their lives. If he beats and if you pin Jimmy, that creates the thought process in Roman's head is like, you're weaker than your brother. I might need your brother way more than I need you. Which creates a new element of why Jimmy is going to go with his brother and he's going to side with his brother in certain situations going forward. Plus, it will give Braun Strowman, Ricochet, the Brawling Brutes, the Viking Raiders, and also it's a fucking other tag team on that fucking SmackDown team. Somebody else on SmackDown. Brawling Brutes, Viking Raiders, yeah, uh, LaFasmo. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It gives the SmackDown tag team division another reason to have a match at WrestleMania. Again, that is the one thing. Like, do you want to have another tag team title match? Because the tag team title match is already set in stone. We already know the Usos is going to fight Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Does it have to be for both titles? Does it have to be for both titles? Because that would easily help Raw if you gave them just the Raw tag team titles. That would easily help Raw. That would help Raw because then the Usos could go on Raw and fight them more on Raw if they were to win, which I don't think they're gonna win. But I'm not saying whoever wins the SmackDown tag team titles, they gotta stay on SmackDown because they could literally do a draft the next week and swap the titles, and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn go on SmackDown, and now whoever was the SmackDown tag team titles champions, they go on Raw, which they've done that before. So I think that all in all, man, this is where it's interesting, man. These next couple weeks gonna be very fucking interesting. Very fucking interesting. I tell you why. Because WWE is in a very interesting situation. Getting into also before I get off this, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes and Paul Heyman promo Monday night was possibly the best thing that could have happened. For one, that storyline, and two, to get fans out this thought process that Sammy should be in the main event of WrestleMania. I love the fact that Cody Rhodes actually acknowledged the fact that Sammy does have a match. Sammy has been the fucking red hot babyface. I do not know. I do not act like I don't see that. I love that shit. I think it was the best thing they could have done. Paul Heyman coming out and 100% realizing what we all know. Cody is the fucking WrestleMania winner. He is the main event of WrestleMania. Get over it. He's going to fight for the titles, regardless of what you see or what you think. He's fighting for the titles. I love the fact that they let Paul do this. I'm happy. Paul Heyman is one of the rare few people in wrestling that hasn't burned all the bridges that he has in life. Hulk Hogan has burned some bridges. Kevin Nash. A lot of guys have burned bridges. Paul Heyman is literally the wise man. He is literally the fucking wise man. This man has seen wrestling on top of wrestling on top of wrestling on top of fucking wrestling. More than I've ever seen or experienced in my motherfucking life. He has lived it. He created ECW. He was the Undertaker's manager in WCW. He was around Stone Cold in WCW. He knew these dudes were gonna be superstars. He helped Chris Jericho get to WCW because he knew he was good at what he was doing. This man is the GOAT. Get it out your head. He can tell a fucking story. He can fucking sell a match. Fuck can he sell a match? This man can sell a fucking match, man. It's ridiculous. He's been selling matches since his fucking child, since ECW days, since I was a kid. This nigga sold me on pay-per-views when I was a kid. I've said this numerous times. When I was young and I see ECW on TV and the pay-per-view be coming to town or some shit, and they have the blood coming down, dripping down, and it be black and white, and you just see it, and it's like, what the fuck is this? He sells that shit by the fucking package. It's fucking incredible. Get into it now. He comes out and they do this promo. And it's pretty much Cody Rhodes thanking him for pretty much giving his dad his confidence back and helping his family through hard times when nobody knew how bad it was. You could see it in Paul's face, like, damn, I gotta be the asshole. I gotta be the asshole heel. But you could tell he felt that shit. And he starts talking to Cody and telling him all the things about his dad that he loved. And he says, you know, man, but this isn't about your dad. To be honest with you, man, this isn't even about me. This is about you. Showing us and pretty much saying, you need to stop relying on your dad's legacy and create your own. And man, that was good. That shit was good. And they get further to the promo, and he tells Cody, my last conversation with your father, he told me that you was his favorite son. But he also told me that he always wanted a son like Roman Reigns. And you could tell by Cody is just like, really, motherfucker? That's how you want to play this? And he walks up to Paul Heyman, he looks him, and he tells him, see, I just wanted to take the titles. I just wanted to win to 100% solidify my family's legacy. But now, everybody want to make it personal. Why everybody wants to make this personal? Now, you won't pay for this, but your boy will. Roman Reigns. Now I'm gonna take his titles personally. This is how you sell a fucking main event. The biggest concern for WWE isn't Elimination Chamber. It's how the fuck do you get Roman Reigns from what we're seeing with him and Sammy to elevate him back into a mindset of that shit's done. Your family's gonna handle that. You, Cody, that's the new shit. How do you do that? Even on Friday night, Roman comes out and says, I want to talk about Cody, but it seems like everybody wants to talk about Sammy. Okay, let's talk about Sammy. The fact that Paul Heyman, which is going to be very fucking instrumental before after before the Elimination Chamber and after the Elimination Chamber, is Paul Heyman. He's the one thing again that links this shit. He links the Rose family. He links the bloodline. He links this, which kind of got me thinking. Would it be fucking awesome to see Cody Rhodes team up with Paul Heyman? Paul Heyman's had some moments recently with Roman that I could see him maybe. I'm not saying like Survivor Series 2002, where like Paul Heyman just left Brock Lesnar for Big Show. No, 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 no. But if Paul Heyman was to turn on Roman Reigns, he's not turning on somebody. And here's the thing: if you turn on Roman, because we all know Roman's going to take a break after WrestleMania, but you go team up with Cody, it also restarts the bloodline because they don't have no wise man. The wise man is gone. The tribal chief is gone, which now creates this energy of somebody got to lead this fucking team. Somebody got to lead us, which makes Jimmy and Jay in Solo now become more relevant and more relying on each other than just the tribal chief, just the wise man. What if Cody and Paul Heyman team up at WrestleMania 39? What if Paul Heyman is the one that causes Roman Reigns to tie? I'm just saying, it'd be really dope to see it. But man, this rivalry, man, I can't wait to see the end of Elimination Chamber because Elimination Chamber's ending is gonna definitely lead into what WrestleMania 39 is. No matter how much they build it up, Cody Roman, they have to end the Elimination Chamber with the 100% decisive Roman's done with Sammy shit. They have to. If they do not get this shit paid off the right way, that shit's gonna linger into WrestleMania 39 and it's gonna fuck up the booking. They have to do this the right fucking way. Excuse me. And how do you do it? I don't know how you're gonna get this done because Jay's had real DUI situations here in the United States. But if you could find a way, which is kind of interesting, because they say they're trying to get a 24-hour kind of like grievance, so he could come to Canada, do what he needs to do, and then leave. If they could get that done, that's the payoff. There it is. You don't have to touch nothing else. There it is. But if somehow else way this doesn't happen that way, WWE's in for a massive fuck up. Except if that doesn't work, literally the next night you can have Sammy Roman again, and because I'm assuming you're gonna still be in Canada or somewhere near it, and then Jay calls Sammy the titles. Something's got to happen because you cannot keep having this happen because it fucks up the booking. But until then, this has been the BrandonJaneauShow Show, Wrestling Life. I hope you guys enjoy this episode when it comes out. Like I said, Elimination Chamber rate and review show is coming soon. Stay tuned for that. Till then, I'm Brandon Janeau. Peace.